welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a mini vlog on what we did on our very unconventional 4th of July here in South Korea. So in South Korea, it's not really a big thing to celebrate 4th of July, but when you're on an army base, it is, unless it is raining. So the fireworks actually were canceled the night of 4th of July, and they were actually scheduled for July 3rd anyways. They had a few activities going on, but we didn't really check any of those out. It's not your typical barbecue, get together with friends, especially during COVID right now here in Korea. So we went and explored a new city called Anyang. We went on a nature hike, we went ice skating, so random, and we did a few other things. So here we go.
So we started off with a very rainy drive, and we drove about an hour or so to Anyang. When we got there, we went ice skating, but it was a little bit of a challenge because when we were trying to pay for our ice skates and our helmet and our ticket, the people did not speak any English at all. Check out Jacob's sick ice skating skills here. But it was a little bit of a challenge because they had no idea what we were trying to say and how we were trying to pay, and it was just a little bit tricky, but it's all good. After ice skating, we walked in the rain to go, and we were going to get food. So we walked over to the main train station, or subway station actually, and underneath the subway stations in Korea, it's like a whole nother world down there. So you'll walk down underneath the street, and it's basically like a mall underneath the street, which is amazing. We ended up walking through underneath the street, and we found in the main part of the subway station a place called Witch's Brew, which was like a Halloween witch themed restaurant. And something that was so cool about this was you could order these drinks that came in an IV bag, and you're also getting your food from a robot. So the IV bag is full of the main alcohol part, and then they give you like a seltzer water in a cup, and you put your IV through all the way into your cup, and you can add the alcohol however much you want, or you can go ahead and just sip it right from the IV bag if that's what you like. So it was really cool. Very random, but really good. Then we found an arcade that was also in the Anyang station called Surprise City. Played a few games, just kind of hung out. And then my favorite part of the night, we found this Selfie Studio station where you can get all these different props and go into one of their stations, and it's just like a photo booth really, but of course, because it's in Korea, it's completely over the top, so colorful, and so fun. So you get to pick your props, pick a studio, hop in, and then depending on how many pictures you want to take, you can make your choices, and then you will pay for however many copies of your photo that you want. Here's how ours turned out. I thought it was pretty fun. So the next day we loaded up on some carbs at the pancake house before we went on a super fun hike. Of course, we were separated by this lovely COVID shield, but it was a very delicious but expensive, unnecessarily expensive breakfast. After we were all loaded up on our carbs, we were ready for our hike. So we hopped in the car and drove about an hour or so to Gongju, where we found the yeonmisan, I'm probably saying that wrong, the nature art park, which was super cool because it was this park that was built in the middle of a forest, and they had all these different types of bears, and they all told a different story. The park cost 5,000 won for an adult and 3,000 won for a child, so of course Jacob got in for 3,000 won, and just kidding. It took us about an hour to get through, and it was really fun.
unconventional 4th of July weekend. We ended up having some friends over and made some tacos the night after that, but that's basically the extent of our 4th of July weekend. While it was unconventional, it was still fun, but I'm definitely missing my barbecues, hot dogs, fireworks, all those things back in the States. It was still a great time, still happy to be in Korea, but definitely very excited for next 4th of July, which should be back in the States.